Oh, hello there. How's it going? This is Captain Blue, or Chris. Yar, hope you're doing well. Okay, so I'm going to get straight back into what I was doing, which is here. And we have the fuel tank. Hello. And what I need to do is work on these feet. Now, if I press G, we can see how far away we are from the ground, which is quite a ways. So I've got plenty of space to do this with. So you would have a very sturdy bottom on these things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extrude these. Now remember, I scaled them so I can just go straight out like that. Okay, and that'll give me a nice clean shape. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select here and here. Okay, so I'm just rotating around my model and holding down control as I select stuff, because I just want to make some feet for it to stand on. Okay, and now I'm going to extrude them out. Okay, you want to make it fairly wide, because obviously it's going to have to support the weight fairly well. I think that should be enough. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust a couple of the edges on this so that it basically looks like it's going to be more supportive than actually, it's going to give it the impression that it's able to support the weight. Now we're wanting to avoid really straight lines like these, okay, because they're not optimal for what we need. So I also want to add a little bit of what looks like kind of reinforced structural kind of almost rebar running down here if I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select here and here, and I'm going to do a quick ring and then a connect, and that'll just stick one edge through them, and then I'm going to chamfer it a little bit wide like that. Okay, and as you can see, that's given us this edge that goes all the way around here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select again here and here, and hold control and select ring, and then hold control and select my polygon. Okay, so you can see it's gone all the way through, and I'm now going to deselect some polygons. So hold Alt and marquee select here and marquee select here, and go around your model just to make sure, but it should have deselected everything at the bottom there, yes? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bevel and ensure that I'm beveling by local normal. There we go. That should put in that additional little bit of strength to our model that it wouldn't otherwise have. And if I hit F4, you can now see how the edge goes all the way around it like that. Now if you don't want it to go all the way around everything on the top there, what we can do is, if I just deselect it, and I'm going to just unselect where it came off those bevels, there and there. Remember, I'm just holding Alt while I marquee select, and then if I do it again, and I can basically do the last settings over again by pressing here and click tick. Okay, so that gives us a bit more strength and structural stability. Now I want to round the edges of these a little bit, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select here and here, and I'm going to select the edges that make up these 90-degree corners. Okay, and if I just go into my chamfer tool, okay, you'll see I can kind of chamfer it up and down. Oops, a daisy. Control Z if I make a mistake. There we go. I can just chamfer it up and down using this if I want to. Okay, so I'm going to just increase it a teeny bit like that, and then click the plus, and then, oh, it's gone weird, but that's okay, because if I bring it down and just get it into the kind of halfway position like that and click tick, there we go. And that's all we had to do. Now you can see I've made a mistake there and not included this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it, I'm going to get my chamfer tool, and I'm going to do it manually. So click and drag it out a little bit, and then click and drag it a little bit again. There we go, and now it looks like the other ones. Okay, so we've got the actual kind of parts that hold the tank on refined. as it were. We don't need to do a lot more detail with that. So now I need to work on the end caps.